This is not a quick speed shop. I'm out here in the dark, in the snow. It's snowing. I'm working on my 80 Dodge. I'm starting to tear the suspension out of this, and everything is rusty and it's coming apart really hard. But the frame's broke here. It's, watch this. It's not good, bro. But we're fixing it up. I got a whole bunch of new parts to fix all this. I'm doing it in the driveway, old school. And I've lost the daylight, and now it's snowing and the wind's blowing about 50 miles an hour. But other than that, I'm going to start taking this 80 Dodge apart in the back here because it ain't going to fix itself. If you haven't seen this project, it's a 1980 Dodge that I saved. It's going to be a plow truck because I already have one plow truck, so now I needed two plow trucks. And it's a stacked headlight version, Power Wagon. They're very rusty, and right now we're working on fixing the frame. Completely rotted through here. It was pulled apart. It's settled back down. And I've got some plates coming. I got new spring hangers. I'm going to replace the back, 2 foot of the frame and fix it in the front. So that's what I'm preparing to do, and I've got to liberate all this nonsense. So the first thing I did was get the truck level. It's sitting here level, the frame is level now. I had to block up the truck since this is very rudimentary work, and I hope you can hear me all right because it's super windy. But basically, I got a block under the front tire. I've got the truck sitting level, just cattywampus off the tires in the front, but the frame is level in the back now with jack stands. You absolutely don't want to rely on tires and stuff and suspension if you're doing actual framework on something you care about. But this is just a plow truck that's not going on the road, so out here in the driveway, it's perfectly fine for what I'm doing here. And we're on asphalt, which is also not, quality. You should be on concrete so it doesn't move. But anyways, it's cold enough now. These shouldn't sink in the asphalt. It's not summertime. So we're all set here. What I'm trying to do right now is get all the suspension and the springs off this, get the shocks off this, and I'm actually going to cut the whole back of the frame off right about here. I got my buddy making me some new slip-on plates, or channel I should say, replace this whole rear section minus the cross member. And then we're going to take this cross member out, box the inside of the frame both sides, and actually replace the outside of the frame on that side, box this section, and then do some other work. So the first thing I have to do is liberate the rear end. I think I'm just going to leave it hanging right where it is, or actually sitting on the tires. I got my big impact gun out. We're going to try to bust these U-bolts loose. I've got new used springs. Again, I got some hangers, and we're going to run all new brake lines and stuff. I'm going to take these guys off because they're rotted real bad here. But let me see if the impact gun can bust these shocks loose and bust the spring hangers loose. I know it's super windy out here. I hope it doesn't transfer to the camera too bad. This is real world in the weather is what we're doing right here, so I don't know. And try to do what we can do. All right, I got you guys taped to the stand over here. It's very, very windy all of a sudden. I'm a little afraid about the camera getting blown over and smashing my brand new camera, which hopefully does not happen. So anyways, first thing I got to do is try to get the shocks off. And of course you guys are right in the way because you're on the stand or I got to work. But it is what it is. So this is going to be suddenly, I kind of waited for the weather to get better. It kind of got sunny out. And now all of a sudden it's got like 32 degrees and the wind picked up 100 miles an hour, so great. Anyways, here we go. Let's try to get these shocks out of here first. Oops, wrong way. Oh boy. That guy is in there. You don't even need the wrench. Oh boy, how's this gonna work? Okay, freed that guy up. Ah, nice. Smoking if you got him. Whoa, easy now. I'll loosen that up some. Luckily, things like shocks and stuff, they usually use fine thread hardware, which comes apart easier than coarse thread hardware. Sometimes. Just like that. The big test is going to be getting the U-bolts free, because they are very scaly and they might snap and springs might come apart. It could get real interesting. Those came right off. Actually, the rear end is hanging right now on the springs. And I apologize, it's getting dark out already. Winter sucks, I hate it. Why don't I live in Southern California where I could work outside and have it be nice all the time? Oh, that's right, because it sucks. You know, I can't wait for the day, maybe in like another 27 years of doing this, where I become like any type of successful at all, and I can actually work from home and make millions and millions of dollars like all the big time YouTube guys. That's kind of a joke, but it would be nice to have all day every day to work on stuff and have fun instead of going to work and dealing with nonsense. But it is what it is. Now, oh, these aren't 3/4, these are like 7. You guys stay over there, get ready to... You guys stay over there, get ready to call 911 when everything comes flying apart. Hopefully that won't happen, but you never know. Which size socket is it? 13th? Nope. This one maybe. This one maybe. That seems more like it. And I can't see nothing. It's got super dark already. Boom. Some hot rod's coming, I hear it. What is it? Sounds like a big truck. Unbelievable. Get in there. All right. I'm trying to be out of the kill zone here, but we'll see what happens. Oh, I don't believe it. Did that just come off there? It did. Wow. U-bolt just came off. I can't believe it's... You guys can't see it, but it's super rusty. I'm going to need to get new U-bolts because they are thin AF. I had to get a light so I could see what I was doing. It's dark down here. All right. Now what do we got? Oh, yeah. Now I can see what's up. Oh boy, it's not good. Not good at all. Oh boy. Wow. That's a spicy meatball right there. Ooh, boy. This one looks even worse, right? Okay. Here we go. Over here. Not, that one's not looking good. Whew. Man, that was crazy. It just kind of went all at once. That's nuts. Literally nuts. All right, so that just freed itself up here. but still contained, which is nice. Woo! Smoking them if you got them. All right. You guys are watching from up there in the safety zone. I'm down here in the danger zone. All right, that's that guy. The other nut might come off of here now. We've taken the tension out. It's still hanging. Oh, I've got the jack under, that's why. It's the tension is off it. I can see between the block and the rear end pad. So the tension is off it. But it's still a little scary. A disaster. Okay, I see, oh yeah. So we just got that guy loose. That means he should be loose-ish. The top plate is loose. Actually a little worried about the spring pack coming apart. If the bolt is rotted through, which I can't tell right now. Brake line is in the way. Oops, now it's not. There's so much for the brake line. Don't need that. There we go. Look at how nasty those U-bolts were. Can you see them? They're like down to pencil marks in the middle. Unbelievable. Man, the old wind, she's just a howler in it. You can see it's snowing a little bit. The sun's going down, but we're making it happen here. Slowly trying to driveway action at its best. Great. Here we go. Whew. Why do the lug nuts or the U-bolts seem like they're a lot longer on this side for some reason? Maybe they're just not rusted down to pencils like the driver's side. That could be. Oh, that went right on there all the way. All right, here we go. Commence unbolting. Whoo! Holy schmoly, bro. Dang. Wow. That's it's no joke right there. I keep saying it, but it's no joke. There we go. Well, I want the rear one. I got all the way out. Oh, you know what? I bet the shock is binding it. Everything is everywhere because the nuts are off it, right? Yeah. Why won't that come down off of there? Oh, there we go. Boom! Got him. All right. Yeah. Nice. All right. That side's free. I want all the weight off the springs so they're just kind of hanging here on the shackles. And then I'm probably going to cut the shackle in the back here with a Sawzall, which is also kind of dangerous. But to let the tension off, well, it shouldn't have any tension on it once these are all loose. It shouldn't have any tension because the shackle is free to rotate here, so the spring should be laid out as flat as it is, but with them being so rusty and stuff, it's hard to tell if things get bound and whatever. We can probably try to cycle the spring around with the bar. Oh yeah. Okay. I might just set it down. But we're losing the daylight here in a hurry. I guess you can kind of see. This thing's got really good low light capability, so you can kind of see what's going on. And I'm sorry about working out here in the dark, but it's all I got to deal with. It's actually harder for me to see than it is for you guys to see, apparently. But, yeah. Yeah, I might pop this one tire off and set this guy down a little bit. Let me think about what to do here next. The wheels off. Weather conditions have not improved, but I'm going to let the rear end down here onto some jack stands. Hopefully nothing will come apart. Let's go down. I'm carrying the pinion with a jack stand as well. Did that get me loose? Okay, I'm right off there. I'm off both. I can knock the block off of this one probably. Oops. There we go. Here's our lift block here. Check that guy out. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, my goodness gracious. That's great. But there's what's that, probably almost a 4-inch block. So we'll probably have to reuse that when we put the suspension together. That's not going to come apart. Oh no, there appears to be lots of scale. Oh no. All right, they're still intact, but they're pitted. I might have to make a plate and weld a new plate to the top of these spring hangers. It looks a little thin, but now the frame is floating free. Yeah, the sides, the block's stuck to the spring. Holy moly. Huh. That's on there. Ooh. Oh, this spring hanger. I'll bring you guys around in a minute. This one is rotted right through. Not good on this side. Yikes. That block is stuck to that spring. Man, it is cold and nasty out here. Holy cow. We're out here in a snowstorm in the winter. This sucks. But luckily, there we go. So the weight is off the spring on this side. Whoa, look at the frame now. Oh my God, that's bad. That's flexing right there in that joint where it's rotted right through. It can't really go anywhere because it's still attached up top and it's solid. So getting the weight off it was kind of just riding in space. The box and everything help hold it together. But now she's getting flexi-fly because we're dropping pieces off left and right. But we got to break a couple omelets to make eggs, or chickens fly backwards. What's the saying? I don't know. Anyways, our frame is still level here, and I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight. It's getting pretty nasty. I'm going to go in and make some videos and warm up. And yeah, but at least the rear end is loose. I'll try to get the shocks out real fast. I can cut all the emergency brake cables off. I'm not going to put emergency brake cables back on this truck. It doesn't need them. No reason for it. But yeah, and also you notice down here on the axle, 5 on a 5.5 inch bolt pattern. The big one, like the Ram Chargers in the 80s. The 78, I'm not sure, I don't know if 78 was the last year for the small bolt pattern on the half-ton 4x4. I know 78 had the 5 and 4.5 because I've seen the trucks, the cop car wheels on them, but this one's got the big bolt pattern, the 5 on 5.5. So I don't know if they changed in 79 or 78 or what the deal was with that, but this truck's an 80 and it's got the big bolt pattern. So that's a little interesting. But anyways, yeah. All right, well, back at it here under the lights. It's still dark and wintry. It's the next night. It's actually after work. I just got home. It's not even 5 o'clock yet, and it's cold and miserable and dark. What I think I want to do is try to get the springs off tonight if I can. I'm going to cut the spring shackles in the back, zing off with the grinder, and or probably the Sawzall will be easier. And then I want to get into the grinder and cut the rivets off these front spring hangers and get the leaf springs liberated. Try to get this thing ready to go. And I forgot my Sawzall. Let me get that real fast. We're just going to try to make something happen. I think that's the best I can do with what I got to work with. I think I can cut these right across where they go. They need to make a low-speed Sawzall. High speed is for the birds. Okay, that's free there. It's kind of tricky. Just in case something bad happens. Okay, that's almost free. Can't see. Just a little bit nervous. Let me get a bar. Just a little bit nervous. Whoa. Yeah, you see how that popped? It's a good way to get hurt. Ow. All the tension is off that now. Oops. That block is still stuck on there. All right, I got both shackles cut. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cut the heads of the rivets and beat these spring shackles off here. All right, that one's a little hard to get at, but fortunately I have a chisel and a hammer, so we can do a little chisel technology over here. Hopefully I didn't spray the camera with sparks. I don't think I did, but if I did, whoops, my bad. An air chisel would be nice too, but they're extremely loud. Okay, that rivet is gone, the rivet is gone. The lower one is, I need my light, can't see nothing. There we go. Ow, ow, ow. Just kneeled on something, that was great. This one I had to butcher, but I think I got it. Yep, there we go. It's a big chunk of it. Ow. Ow. Gotta get more of it with a grinder. It's not pretty, but I'm trying to keep all the jagged metal from going into the driveway so I can clean it up later. All right, I think I can use some leverage if I pick this guy up. And I think I can use leverage of the spring to like maybe not. It's starting to separate from the frame. Once again, I apologize for the lighting conditions, but it is what it is. We're out here in the dark. Oh, there we go. That guy is separating up here. We're getting it. Is it pulling? Oh, yeah. A little bit of rivet left on here. Good. There we go. Boom, look at that. That wasn't bad at all. So now, as you can see here, hoo-hoo. I should be able to knock these rivets through. Might need a bigger hammer. Yeah, I'm gonna need a bigger hammer, but they're getting, I think they also hold this inside of this brace, which is all rotted off, but I might also have to grind them down flush and hit them with a pin prick, what do you call it? I'm also gonna have to take this guy off because there's lots of scale behind there. But yeah, I'm gonna take this guy off because I'm not gonna run e-brakes, so I don't need that. And I'm probably gonna end up gusseting the outside of the frame here, depending on if it's any holes in it or not. It's very thin right here. And we'll just try to stiffen her up the best we can. I am gonna box from like here to here on the inside of the frame, both sides, in this critical area. I might even make a new cross member, get rid of this rusty one altogether, maybe weld like a piece of box tubing across it, or maybe cut it off and weld it to the boxing plates because it's all rotted where it attaches. But for now, it's all right. But that's the process to get this off in the back. I'm just gonna leave the hangers right on the frame, probably just cut the frame right off when I get my repair pieces. Instead of trying to grind all them rivets, we'll just cut all that off in one shot. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. I'll do the other side and then we'll go from there, I guess. And I gotta clean up all my jagged metal before it gets into things like tires. Okay, I got the rivets cut off of this side and it's kind of busted free, but the frame is also soft, so we gotta take it easy here, but ooh, not good, bro. It's wiggling the frame where it's broke real bad. Whoa, got him. Oh my goodness, that's a spicy meatball right there. That's rotten. That's really bad. So I bet if you watch this, I bet it's, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's rotten. So what I need to do now is reestablish, make sure I'm still level on the back of the frame right here, which I should be, and then I'll have to level up the back. And actually, I think I'm gonna take some angle iron and clamp it to the frame down to the ground, just to hold these tails, you know, hold this one, or I'm gonna have to clamp something across the top from here to here to hold it straight. But essentially, I'm gonna replace it. Jordan's cut me let's see, I think I told him 20. So it's going to be up almost to the top. It's 6 inches by 2.5. So I'm going to have like a 2-inch overlap or 1.5-inch overlap where I'll cut the frame right out both sides, but I'll leave an overlap. Then I'm going to have an overlap probably of 1 inch on the top. I'm going to weld all along here, then weld on the overlap, have a new bottom. The spring hanger will bolt to that. Both sides, that side's not through, but it's thin. So I've got 2 plates. I'm going to do both sides the same. That way everything's equidistant. And I think later on, I'm going to box inside the frame. I'm going to box from the kick up like 24 inches, like I said, and tie into this. So it'll be double box here. And then I'm going to box a little bit in the back plus my new rear rails. Then I think I'm going to add a strengthening piece from where I box it back here underneath this cross member, tie it into this, and then come up here and weld it in. Probably just a piece like heavy, like 3/16 angle iron, or maybe a piece of tubing, I don't know. But have actually an inside member come across here and tie the rail from here to the rail back here, because this is also thin here. It's not through, but it's, I don't know, it's pitted severely a lot of the places. I'll probably have to put 2 patches here where these brackets are. But I want to have it reinforced on the inside. That way it won't go anywhere for the length of the truck that is going to be alive. So that's my plan with that. I also need to fix these axle pads. You saw the other one was real bad. This one's not as bad, but it is rotted to the shape of the axle block. So I'll probably cut 2 new, like 2-inch pieces of plate, drill a new center hole for the pin, weld it all around the periphery, probably cut the center of this out so it doesn't double up and hold there. The edges are still good, so I'll cut the center out, weld a new top in those with new holes to locate it. I'll put grease between everything when I put it together, or fluid film or something, probably grease on the springs. Grease everything up so it sits right with, not bare metal on bare metal or painted on metal, which becomes bare metal. But yeah, there's like severe pits up here in the frame. The frame is thin. I'm going to box it to about here, all the way up, like I said. So this will be good here. It's good going onto the front of the truck. As soon as you get past the cab, it's like the box of where these trucks are at. As soon as you get up into the cab section, the frames don't really go bad on them. It's just this back section is terrible. So that's my plan with that. I don't think I'm ready to cut the back of this off yet. I got to grind the rivets off for this cross member, which is actually bolted to the shot cross member, so that'd be nice. It'll locate itself, kind of. I'll probably make a dimension here to make sure I'll just make it square. But I don't want to, get too carried away. I need probably put the front hangers on first, fix the front first, and then come here and fix the rear. Probably about it on the destruction portion of this video this time. I'll knock these guys off and knock around here, but next time I'll have this braced up a little bit better here. Hopefully I get some good weather this weekend. Today's only Monday, but I'd like to get some good weather. Or actually, I can, as long as the wind's not blowing, I can like weld and stuff out here. As long as it's going to warm up a little bit later in the week into like the high 40s. So it'd be better than like 33 degrees out, what it is right now. But we'll be able to keep plinking away at this. And, like I said, this isn't really critical work. If you're doing something nice, you would want to do better than a couple of jack stands on blacktop in your driveway with wooden blocks. You'd want to make it a little bit better, but as long as I keep it square, it's going to be fine for what this truck is. And we'll tag it back together. We'll get some new brackets on it. We'll get the good springs on it, fix that up, get it right back together, and we'll be back in business, ready for brakes, brake lines. Throw a little bit of paint on here and some fluid film. I'll probably have to fix the bottom of the box because I noticed the cross members are all like paper thin on that. Fix that back up. We can, bam, slam the box back on, and then we can move up to the front and put some floor pans in it and get the plow going. I got a whole nother plow assembly to put on here. Get the plow going together and do some more tuning. And not too long, we're going to have ourselves a functional 1980 Dodge stacked headlight short box W150 plow truck. And I'm excited. Even working out here in the driveway in the freezing cold, I'm excited. This is as real as it gets for YouTube. None of them fancy guys with the big shops with the spray foam and the heated lifts and all that stuff and all that. This is the real deal out here. I have a shop. I just have hoarded it out with other projects, so forced to work outside like a hobo. Oh well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bam, more Dodge destruction. Maybe getting ready to do a little construction next time outside in the dark, in the cold at the Quick Speed Shop.